I rise like the sun sometimes, but then I fall. Like a black moon, I rise when the night falls. When the night falls, the mic calls, so listen, it's the ultraviolet rays that keep me rising on the mission. I rise like the sun sometimes, but then I fall. Like a black moon, I rise when the night calls. When the night falls, the mic calls, so listen, it's the ultraviolet rays that keep me rising on the mission.
What up, hype beasts? You already know who it is. It's your boy back with another NBA team breakdown. So this video goes out to all my Chicago Bulls hype beasts out there. The Chicago Bulls are the team of potential, but how long are we going to continue to give this team a pass just based on their potential? I believe this is the season where we need to see some of this potential start to turn into some wins. All right, it doesn't mean they have to make the playoffs, but for a team with this much potential on it, they can't be amongst the team's worst teams again, amongst the league's worst teams again. All right, you start off with your highest draft pick, all right, point guard Kobe White. Now, this guy's a potential star. He's believed by many to be in the mode of the super athletic point guards like Russell Westbrook, John Wall, and De'Aaron Fox. Kobe White is basically walking into Chicago with the expectations of being their franchise point guard. Now, at UNC, he did average 16 points and 4 assists. He shot about 35% from the college three-point line. I mean, that's good, especially in the ACC, like the best conference in college basketball. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how his game fits with the rest of the Bulls' potential stars. But I believe Kobe White has a pretty good chance to turn into a player in this league. You got Zach LaVine. All right, he's another guy who could have very well been an all-star last season and very well could be an all-star this season, you know, if the Bulls can win some games. Now, I expect Zach LaVine to have a better approach towards the defensive side of the basketball court this upcoming year, because putting up points won't help your team if you're just giving them right back on the other end. LaVine is coming off of a career season though. Most points per game ever at 23.7. Highest field goal percentage, 46% from the field. He had his highest rebound number, 4.7 rebounds. He had his highest assist number, 4.5 assists per game. He also shot a respectable 37.4% from the three-point line, and he got it off of 5 attempts per game. If the Bulls can turn this around and get some wins, and if they can at least look like they can challenge for a playoff spot, I'm telling you, Zach LaVine will be an all-star this upcoming season. There's no reason why he shouldn't be. You also got somebody like Wendell Carter, who is another potential star on this team. Now, right off the back, I expect him to get a lot more minutes than he got last season. I know he has some injury issues and they cost him a lot of games, but I expect him to play a lot more than 25 minutes per game this upcoming season. Now, given his lack of experience, I still think 10 points and 7 rebounds that he was able to put up this last season, it isn't too bad. But I expect him to be the force defensively next year. And I would like to see his numbers up across the board. Remember, this is the guy that we all said, not we, but they all said Al Horford, you know, was going to be in that mode of Al Horford. We want to see some of that Al Horford, man. Al Horford, even though he's not a superstar, he was a star in this league for quite a long time. So those are big shoes to fill. Forward Lauri Markkanen is another potential star. All right. Now, he will have to prove it defensively, but offensively speaking, 18 points and 9 rebounds per game is not too bad at all. Now, as a big man, I would expect him to shoot a lot better than 43% from the field. I mean, he just has to be better than that. You know, all his shots don't come from threes. You know, he does a lot of work inside. He needs to shoot a lot higher of a field goal percentage than 43%. And I'd also like to see him shoot better than 36% from 3. I can see Lauri Markkanen as a 40% or better type shooter for his career. You know, I don't really like to see 36% for Lauri Markkanen. He's supposed to be a sharpshooter. Now, just those 4 players are really the core of this team going forward for the future. But the Bulls also did a pretty okay job picking up veterans like Otto Porter Jr. in a trade last season and Tomas Satoransky from the Washington Wizards. Now, Porter is overpaid, but he can still provide value for your team as a long perimeter defender and also as a corner 3 specialist. And Satoransky is a big guard who can handle and be a playmaker. Personally, I like both additions. And then you also have somebody like Thaddeus Young who's going to come into that locker room and work real hard because he's a professional who never cheats the game. And I think he will be a very good influence on the young players in the locker room. On top of that, Chicago still has a bunch of young players who can still develop into key contributors. However, on the dark side, the Bulls have some guys who are going to see less and less playing time as the season progresses next season. And you're going to have to ask yourself, how is it going to work out with these guys? One of these guys is Chris Dunn, man. The Chris Dunn experiment looks like it's leaning towards failure at this point. I strongly doubt he's going to take well to being replaced by an unproven rookie, but that's really what's going to happen next season. There's no way they're going to play Kobe White behind Chris Dunn unless he just gets out there and he just lays a complete egg. So we're going to have to keep our eye on that situation. But personally, I expect Chris Dunn to be moved by the trade deadline. Denzel Valentine is another guy who I doubt the Bulls have, true long-term plans for, but he's also a guy who could help another team. I could see him being traded by the trade deadline. I could see them being packaged and traded together with a draft pick of some sort at the trade deadline for another player who could possibly help their cause this year. Jim Boylan is another guy who I think will be on a hot seat if the Bulls don't turn it around. Now, I'm surprised that Jim Boylan was offered that contract by the Bulls. Instead of them just letting the season expire and going to look for another coach, they just went ahead and signed Jim Boylan. I can totally see them changing their mind though if things don't go well for the Bulls this season, if they don't at least show some kind of progress this season. All in all, man, the Bulls are very young, very talented, and they have a lot of good young pieces. But ultimately, that means nothing if they can't start producing some wins. Come on, Bulls. You gotta start producing. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section about these baby Bulls. What's their potential for next year? Can they finally start to show that they could be a winning team? Or is this season gonna be a down season again like last year? Let me know down below. All right, see you next time.